Welcome to English, Please, the podcast where we explore interesting topics in under 10 minutes in clear, intermediate English. I'm your host, Christopher. I live and work in New York City, and I've always been passionate about languages and how we learn them. Whether you're listening on your way to work or while cooking dinner at home, this show is designed to help you with your English listening and comprehension skills. First of all, thanks for listening. As I've mentioned, I'm sending occasional newsletters to assist you on your journey to fluency. If you're interested, you can sign up at the link in the show notes. Also, if you enjoy this podcast and would like to support it, you can send a small donation, maybe $1 to $5, or the same amount in your own currency, through a site called Buy Me a Coffee at coff.ee/English Please. It's an easy way to help me cover the costs of making the podcast. No pressure, but I appreciate anything, no matter how small. There's also a link in the show notes. Okay, let's get started. Today, I'm going to talk about 3 key concepts that will help you understand normal, fast English speech. These concepts are, number 1, connected speech, number 2, common reductions, and number 3, training your ears with TV shows or podcasts. I'll explain each of these concepts clearly. I'll give you examples you can try right away, and I'll suggest some small exercises to build your confidence over time. First, let's talk about the concept of connected speech. When native speakers talk, they almost never pronounce each word separately and clearly, like you might hear in a classroom. Instead, we blend words together so the sounds flow smoothly from one word into the next word. For example, if you say the phrase, pick it up slowly, you will hear 3 separate words, pick, it, up. But when someone speaks quickly and naturally, it often comes out as one continuous sound, pick it up. Notice how the K at the end of pick joins with the I of it, and the T of it links to up. To practice this, pick a short phrase like put it on. Say it slowly, put it on, and then speed up and repeat, put it on. Do this 5 times, feeling how the sounds connect to each other. Connected speech also happens when 2 vowel sounds meet. You might not realize it, but native speakers frequently insert a tiny Y or W sound to bridge the gap between the vowels. For example, see it becomes see it. Go out sounds like go wout. Try exaggerating that extra sound. Say see it slowly, then add the Y, and feel the connection. See it. Over time, that little glide will become more and more natural to say, and you'll also start to recognize it when you hear it. Now, let's move on to a second concept, common reductions. Reductions are shortened forms of words or phrases that we use in casual speech. In real life, you'll hear them all the time. For instance, going to usually becomes gonna. So I'm going to call you later turns into I'm gonna call you later. Similarly, want to becomes wanna. Have to becomes have to. And got to becomes gotta. Even let me sounds frequently like lemme, and give me like gimme. Hearing these reductions can feel very strange at first, but once you know they're common in speech, you'll start to pick them out more easily. To get used to reductions, use online dictionaries that play natural speech. The Cambridge Dictionary, for example, offers both UK and US pronunciations at a conversational speed, including reductions like gonna and wanna. The Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary has listen buttons for example sentences that often include these reductions. There's also an interesting tool called Youglish, a combination of you and English, that searches YouTube for real examples of a phrase. You can hear I'm gonna or lemme used by many different speakers in context. Each day this week, pick one reduced form, for example, wanna, and look it up in Cambridge or Merriam-Webster, listen to it 3 to 5 times, and then repeat it aloud 3 to 5 times. Try to copy the speaker's rhythm and pronunciation. Finally, the third concept is training your ears. You can do this with English language TV shows or podcasts, and you'll slowly progress to shows that are created for native speakers. Think of listening practice like lifting weights. You start light and then gradually begin to lift more. On day 1, choose a show or podcast you already enjoy and set the playback speed to 50% or 75% of normal speed. Listen to a 15 to 20-second clip, then pause and shadow the speaker. Repeat exactly what you heard and match their slower speed and tone. For example, you might listen to someone say, "Today we're talking about summer festivals." Then pause and say it to yourself immediately. Do this several times until you feel comfortable. After a couple of days at slower speed, increase to normal speed. If normal speed feels too fast, try a smaller increase. Keep working until you can follow the conversation at a normal pace without subtitles. Speaking of subtitles, here's another tip. Watch once with English subtitles on, reading aloud as you listen. On your second time watching, turn subtitles off and see how much you understand. If you can find a transcript online, read it while you listen a third time. Highlight every reduction you hear, gonna, have to, and so on, and circle any words you missed. This will help you connect the spoken form to the written form. You can also challenge yourself with active listening exercises. For example, write down each time you hear gonna, wanna, or gimme in a clip. Or choose a 30-second segment, write down exactly what you hear, and then compare it to the real transcript. Finally, after listening, speak or write a short summary of the clip in 3 sentences. This not only tests your listening, but also your ability to process and reproduce information in English. Try to spend at least 10 to 15 minutes every day mixing different types of content. Documentaries, vlogs, news clips, interviews, and even songs. Keep a notebook of new reductions and tricky phrases so you can review them. With connected speech, common reductions, and a gradual listening plan, you'll notice your understanding of fast, natural English improving week by week. Stay consistent, be patient, and enjoy the process. You'll get there. I hope you were able to understand most of the English in this episode. As always, there's a transcript available to help you with your understanding. You can find the link in the episode notes, and you can use this transcript with a clip in this episode for your first practice session. Again, I'm Christopher, and I want to invite you to join me in future episodes of English Please to hear about a variety of topics, all focused on helping you with your English. Subscribe now wherever you listen to podcasts, and let's embark on an adventure together in clear, understandable English. And please, if you enjoy this podcast and would like to support it, visit coff.ee/English Please. It will help me cover the costs of making this podcast. No pressure, but I appreciate anything, no matter how small. Sincere thanks as always for listening. See you soon.